Magic, notorious but widely used, is a familiar name for a force that when we hear it, stirs a negative feeling within us, so much so that even people who use it often prefer not to say its name aloud. Yet using this force is so tempting and seemingly widespread that can't be ignored. The negative connotation of the word magic may stem from its condemnation and prohibition in many religions, especially Zoroastrianism and the Abrahamic organized faiths. Thus, throughout history, magic has always been a notorious but widely used force. This video only explores humanity's cultural and intellectual heritage. It's not a religious prophecy or scientific proof. The word magic comes from the Proto-Indo-European root mag, meaning power and ability. In ancient Greek, magus originally meant a magi or a Zoroastrian priest, and later came to mean a magician or sorcerer. In Old Persian, the language of Achaemenids, magush meant a magi or priest, as seen in the Behistun inscription. In Sanskrit, the same Indo-European root appears as maga or maha, meaning great and powerful. Originally, this word signified power, greatness, and capability, and only later came to mean magic and sorcery. Maybe there was a close relationship between these two meanings in the distant past. The Magi were a group of Zoroastrian priests who apparently inherited knowledge from earlier civilizations, including Mithraism and Mesopotamia. Within Zoroastrianism, this group had their own independent beliefs. The Magi also enjoyed a special status in terms of knowledge and power among Iranians and other civilizations of their time. Perhaps the story of the three Zoroastrian Magi in the Gospel of Matthew, who predicted the birth of Jesus, traveled to Jerusalem and brought gifts, was intended to lend legitimacy to the story of Christ's birth and gain public acceptance for this unique event by using the Magi's esteemed position. This story is a good demonstration of the Magi's exceptional status among all nations and peoples of that era. In any case, if we consider the Magi were the origin of the knowledge of sorcery, we also must remember that this group were the most prominent scholars, experts, physicians, and even judges of their time. Magic originally meant power and the ability to perform things. Later, in the public view, magic was considered as a demonic force for altering human destiny through secret techniques, enslaving souls, and a dangerous power for interfering in the natural course of life. If we suppose that magic is one of the forces of creation, we must say that magic is neutral, just as other forces such as water, money, or any other phenomenon. Terms like dark and light magic, or black magic and white magic, are not suitable for categorizing this force. These labels have usually arisen due to political, religious, and personal conflicts and interests. To better understand magic, we must look at it realistically. In life, when we apply any possibility or power, we must also accept the laws governing that phenomenon. For example, when we use electricity, we must also accept its laws, some of which may be very dangerous. In the world of magic, too, there are laws that we must be aware of them and accept them before using this force. Before we discuss the laws governing the world of magic, it's necessary to clarify this. All phenomena in our lives are shaped by our inner force. The inner force of every human being is in fact a spring of boundless creative energy that begins to flow within us at birth. All phenomena in life are shaped by coding of this force. The codes are our thoughts, words, deeds, and also the conceptions implanted in us by ourselves or others. And we certainly know that throughout history, the control of human beings by previous generations, religions, governments, and ideologies has been a strong and powerful tradition and still is. In fact, every power that wants to make changes in human life must make a specific form to the inner force of that person. By taking a quick glance at ideologies, beliefs, and human assumptions, we can easily understand how this control is achieved. Magic also performs such a process in a human being. A power from outside, whether they know it or not, makes the desired shape to their inner force through codes, and the same thing appears in their lives. Here, we realize that humans themselves can shape their lives as they wish by shaping their inner force. Of course, all these processes have laws that we must be aware of them. In the next videos, we will discuss shaping the phenomena of our lives by taking control of our inner force. Subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications not to miss the next ones. Here we will mention a few important laws governing the world of magic. Keep in mind that these laws are the same laws that govern the universe. But in the world of magic, these rules appear and are enforced in specific forms. Whenever you're going to use magic to accomplish something, solve a problem, or open a path, before taking any action, take a look at these laws of magic. Because lack of awareness of them may lead to irreparable consequences for you or those around you. And if you've ever done something like that, it's better to look at it again from the perspective of these rules. 1. The law of similarity. Similar things attract each other. Fear attracts more fear, and love attracts more love. The same flows to all phenomena. 2. The bond between two things keeps them connected forever, though this connection may sometimes continue in hidden layers. Connecting with a magical force makes such an eternal bond. 3. Knowing the true name of something gives you complete control over it. By knowing the real names of phenomena, you can control them. 4. Visualization is the foundation of forming of all phenomena. 5. The law of cost. Using any force in the world of magic requires payment. The cost is determined by the world of magic, not by you. Also, the cost may be taken gradually over time from the person or those around them. 6. The law of sowing and reaping. You reap whatever you sow. The harvest may come with delay, but finally we harvest what we have planted. 7. The law of silence. The greatest changes always happen in silence, and the strongest magic takes shape in silence. 8. The world is the mirror of your inner self. Whatever we see in life is a reflection of our beliefs, emotions, and assumptions. 9. The law of unity. Everything is connected to everything else. Nothing is separate from the whole. All things flow in a single stream. 10. The law of inverse return, reciprocal lever. When any force is used in the world of magic, its opposite lever is also automatically and mercilessly activated. Using the force of healing activates the lever of illness. Using the force of romantic union activates the lever of separation, and so on. 11. The law of balance. In the world of magic, justice has no place. Only balance has most importance. When any force is used, the levers begin to mercilessly restore balance. Sometimes the weakest or dearest person around may be sacrificed to restore balance. This role operates extremely mercilessly and may even continue the process of restoring balance to the lives of next generation. Now, magic, notorious but widely used, also neutral but powerful, is the power of doing things and also one of the forces of creation. Based on the fundamental law of the universe, truth, which in ancient Mithric Zoroastrian texts is called Asha, everything is formed through precise and merciless calculations. By becoming aware of the laws that govern creation and using its force and possibilities to improve life on earth, which is the primary mission of every human being, we can move in the right direction in our lives. Because magic, in a sense, is neither good nor bad. It is simply a power, and we are responsible for how we use it. Stay tuned for the next part. Subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ones.